Good evening, I'm Colgan and you're watching the Business and Enterprise Show, Ireland's only live web-based business TV programme with over 2 million views in over 200 countries. And as always, we're coming to you from our state-of-the-art studios in the Cabin Crystal Hotel, Dublin Road, Cavan. There are a lot of businesses floating around. Some are fun to be in, some just, I suppose, give you a week's wages. I suppose one of the more fun and one of the more exciting businesses to be in is the travel industry. And my guest tonight runs her own travel agency, a travel agency with a difference. My guest tonight is Glenda Heery of Travel Counsellors. Glenda, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Colm.
Before we start talking about Travel Counsellors, let's tell us a little about Glenda Heery.
Well, I live in Bayborough.
A nice place to live. I can testify to that myself.
Yes, it is a lovely town. I'm married with 3 small boys. I've worked in travel for the last 12 years in various agencies throughout Cavan and Meath. Predominantly my experience in leisure travel, and then in the last 2 years I've done corporate travel.
Being in the travel industry for 12 years must have seen a lot of changes.
Yes, it has changed dramatically.
We were chatting earlier and you were saying that it has changed. People drifted away from travel agents like yourself, said I can do that with the old internet, but they're starting to drift back a bit now.
Yes, I would have noticed a major U-turn with customers coming back to agencies. They like the security of knowing that when they have booked that everything is 100% secure, and they like the advice that they get from a trusted travel professional.
When you say the advice, who do you get the advice from that? Do you get to go to everywhere that's in your brochure? That's what you call a good job.
That would be good, yeah. We have travelled extensively, yes. We would have been to a lot of the major destinations. If I haven't been there, one of my colleagues definitely have, as we have 1,300 travel counsellors worldwide.
1,300? Wow.
Yes.
So is it, I assume it's US based?
No, it's UK based.
UK based?
Yes, our major head office is in the UK. We are currently in 8 countries worldwide, predominantly the UK, Australia, South Africa and Dubai.
And the difference between travel counsellors and budget travel. Is budget travel still around? I don't think it is.
No, they're not.
No, that's how it goes to behind the scenes now. Well, budget travel's replacement. What's the difference between them and travel counsellors?
Well, travel counsellors are known as travel gurus in the travel industry. I suppose what really makes us different and stand out from other travel agents is that we care about our customers. For me, it is really, really important to find the right holiday for my clients, be it a leisure client or a business trip.
Now, business trips, fairly straightforward. I have to be somewhere, I want somewhere to stay. I want to come back safely. Leisure trips, I suppose, with the dearth of travel programs on the TV, people, oh God, I'd love to go to India, but you have a budget of 150 quid, you know, so you obviously have to tailor things.
You too.
How do you kind of get people what they want with what they have, if you know what I mean?
Well, we kind of interview our customers. We get to know their likes, their dislikes, maybe where they've travelled before, what they need from their holiday more so than what they would like, what they really are looking for. And we take it from there. You know, we will look at their budget, how far they're willing to travel. It can depend on various options, like families with small children will only like the short 2.5 hour flight time. So you're thinking of destinations like Portugal, Spain, the Balearic Islands, whereas families with older children are looking for that bit more action and adventure. So you'd be looking at places like Florida, Dubai even. And cruises are even becoming more and more popular with the entertainment that they provide for children of all ages. You'd have things like rock climbing walls, ice skating rinks, circus school.
Because I've always looked upon cruises as something for, say, older people.
No, and
having said that, now I'm becoming one of them. I still think it's for somebody who's much older than me.
Yeah,
you know, it's kind of
that is the
somebody
typical mindset.
for Darby and Joan potting along the deck.
Yeah, that is the typical mindset that cruises are for the Blue Rinse Brigade, I suppose. But that is definitely not the case. I've done 2 cruises myself, and it's certainly not that. It's very mixed, very family orientated, depending on the ship. A lot of the ships are catered for families, and then you have other ships that are catered for honeymooners or couples.
I could make a gag about the boats with the honeymooners, but no, we won't. What can you do now on cruises that you couldn't, or maybe you always could, and maybe I just wasn't aware of it?
Well, predominantly.
Like, are you stuck on the ship? We'll say from. Well, maybe stuck is the wrong word to use. There's so many facilities. But are you on ship, we say, for your week's voyage, or do you get off?
Oh, absolutely. The cruises are generally 7 nights long, and you will most likely have 4 to 5 stops in that duration. So, for example, you could get on board in Barcelona, do a night in Florence, a night in Rome, a night in Venice, a night in Malta, a night at sea, and then back to Barcelona. So you have plenty of opportunities to get off. You're definitely not stuck on board, unless you wish to avail of the facilities on board.
Exactly. We weren't going to go there, but it's too late.
Yeah.
We went there. But they're becoming very popular.
Hugely.
Because a lot of people have said that, we're going to go on a cruise.
Yes.
It's just something without appeal to me,
Oh yeah, no, the entertainment on board is phenomenal. There's things like, as I said, rock climbing walls, skydiving simulators is the latest thing. There's even a ship now with the North Star on it.
Is there a cinema on it?
There is a cinema, there's
Did
a
they play
theatre.
the Titanic by any chance?
Not that I'm aware of.
Just sticking with cruises, have they become more affordable? And is that kind of the reason that
absolutely.
it was, in the same way, air travel used to be, you wore your suit when you were going on a plane up to maybe 20 years ago. When you were going on, in fact, as I said before, my kids were smaller.
Yeah.
We lived in Dublin. We used to go out to Dublin Airport for something to do, to soak up the atmosphere, But air travel then was kind of, something to be excited over. And a cruises was kind of like, what are you going to do if you win the lotto? I'll go on a world cruise or something like that, because the cruise was quite expensive. Have they come down on price?
Dramatically, yes. They have become an awful lot more affordable. I think they had to, really, to be in the market, But yes, they're more affordable. They're now offering all-inclusive options, which means that all meals and all drinks are included. They offer things like soda packages for families. So once they have booked, they really don't have any more to pay. Once they're on board, everything is taken care of.
Even alcohol drink?
Yeah, if they go for the all-inclusive package, all their alcohol is included.
They are selling cruises to Irish people that alcohol is included. And they expect to make money at the end of the day. What are they thinking of? Sticking with as you mentioned, the European tour, the European cities that you could go into. So we're obviously looking at a Mediterranean cruise. Ballpark, what are you looking at there for a 7-day Mediterranean cruise?
Well, at the minute, for an inside cabin, which is a stateroom with no windows, it's the cheapest type of cabin you can have. You can get a cruise from as little as $499 with flights. Yeah. With
flights, they don't pull out of Ireland, or?
Yeah, from Dublin.
Dublin.
You'd fly to your European port, so maybe Barcelona.
Well, that's what I mean, but I've often seen cruise ships in Dublin, but they're only visiting. You don't.
They're only visiting. There is 1 or 2 maybe per year that do go out of Dublin.
Yeah. Very good. Now, travel counsellors, how different are they, we'll say, to your standard or your traditional
travel
agency, from your point of view, as well as from the customer's point of view?
From my point of view, travel counsellors are different in that we care about our customers. A lot of people are very busy these days. They spend their working hours maybe 9 to 5. They come home in the evening, get the dinner, have the kids put to bed, and it's only when they're sitting down relaxing that they're then talking about their holiday options maybe for the year. And that's where I make myself available to my customers in the evenings and weekends if necessary. To be there for them, to help them go through their options. So unlike
your traditional travel agent, which is 9 to 5, and you call into the office, it's the other way around.
Exactly.
They ring you and say, Glenda, we want to go on holidays. We have a budget of what could you do for it? You come around and that's where you sit down and talk
Exactly.
and you figure out.
Yes, at a time that is suitable to them.
But that's a completely revolutionary concept because I've never come across that in travel agency at all.
No, your standard travel agency doesn't do that. It's their standard 9 to 5 and maybe Saturdays 10 to 1. But no, we are available out of hours.
And is that service? I assume that's something you pay extra for in your holiday? No.
No, that's a service
So
that
you
we
would
provide.
be as competitive as your... I've got a blank here. I can't think of any traditional travel agencies. You could help me out here. The only thing I could think of was budget. Oh, you're right, though. Don't mention anyone else. So you get the extra service of somebody calling to you. And, you know, like, let's be honest, if you go into your traditional travel agent, there's a queue, and let me be as diplomatic as possible. At times, there's an overworked girl at the counter ready to go. Yeah. Whereas you're going to call at the time that suits them.
Exactly.
Go through what they need and try and find something that suits them. And they don't pay everything. That's great. How do people find out A, about Travel Counsellors, and B, about Glenda Heery's Travel Counselling Office?
Well, at the moment we do have an ad that's running on Today FM, just advertising Travel Counsellors. But also word of mouth, predominantly. I have always had a good client base where I live in Bailieborough, and people would always have had my mobile number or Facebook page, and they just contact me on that.
So, in other words, while you were working in travel agents, you built up a reputation, a damn good reputation, oh my God, and people have followed you, and that's great, and that's a set number of customers. But then to get them, now when you're the travel counsellor agent rep office
in Ireland.
In Ireland, what area do you cover, or does it work that way?
It's nationwide.
No, I mean your end. Do you cover, like, are you it for Ireland?
Oh God, no, there's 61 travel counsellors in Ireland.
In Ireland, yeah. So do you have, we say, a geographical region, or is it?
No, I'm just based in Bailieborough, but I have customers in Meath, in Dublin, Donegal, Mayo. It's widespread.
How did you come across the franchise? Sorry, not come across. How did you get the franchise?
Well, I'd heard about Travel Counsellors probably for the last 2 years. It was something that was always in the back of my mind. And then when I had my third child there towards the end of last year, it was something that I was more aware of being at home for the kids, having a better work-life balance. And I approached Travel Counsellors to find out more about them and what they were about. And when I met with one of the ladies and they talked me through it, it was definitely something that was for me. Their ethos, their customer service, everything was just so much better than I had known before.
And was it an easy process to become a counsellor? It was.
Definitely,
and
yes.
And there's 61 in Ireland.
There is.
And looking for more, or?
Oh yeah, we are growing. When I started back last April, there was only 52 travel counsellors in Ireland. Now there's 61. So yes, we are growing, we're getting stronger, and people are becoming more aware of the Travel Counsellors brand.
Now, because of the fact that it's not just you acting, we say, as a travel agent, you have access to all the deals that, as an organisation,
yes,
travel counsellors can put together.
Yes.
Is that an advantage?
Absolutely. Going back to when you were saying how technology has changed, the major thing that has changed in the travel industry is the technology. When I started working as a travel agent 12 years ago, we used to have to physically handwrite all of the airline tickets.
No.
Yes.
Not handwrite. What? So that's like mining in the 1800s.
I know, yeah.
I don't believe it.
And if we were checking availability for a holiday, we had to call the tour operators individually and try and check availability. It was very time consuming, whereas now everything is electronic. So starting with Travel Counsellors, their technology just blew me away. They're super efficient in terms of getting results for hotels, for airfares, which then makes me efficient and helps me get back to my customers very quickly.
I would have said it's the other way around. I'd imagine you made Travel Counsellors efficient.
Thank you.
Now, is there a set number of packages, a set number of hotels, or do you have access to everything worldwide?
Pretty much everything worldwide, yes. If there's something we don't have a direct contract for, we can contact the hotel directly ourselves. Yeah.
Like, it's not like these unnamed travel agents that I cannot think. Cabin Travel. No, Cabin Travel is also independent. One, tour operators, where you go in there and here is what we do.
Yeah.
And here's a brochure, and there's 50 pages in it. I see you don't do Malta. I would think, no, we don't do Malta. But it's not like that. If I said I wanted to go to wherever, you would have the contact.
Absolutely.
So when you turn up with somebody, I assume you have your laptop with you. And you can kind of connect. People are saying, right, we were thinking of going to Malta. I don't want to say Malta, no, but we want to go to Malta the first week in August. So you can kind of check out what's available
straight away. Yes,
straight away,
fairly quickly. Yes.
And if somebody is looking for an unusual destination, is that looked upon as a bit of a challenge?
Yes, and that's something that I really enjoy doing. If it's number one, a unique destination, or if they say to me, I have no idea where I want to go, I enjoy something like that, because that's getting into the nitty gritty and finding them something that they didn't even know that they wanted.
Now, again, I suppose putting my semi-political hat on, the recession is lifting, so a lot of people are telling us. And I'm sure when things got tough, holidays was probably one of the first things to go. Do you see the amount of holidays being booked coming back up?
Definitely, yeah. And I would have, yes, while the recession, things did slow down a bit. It didn't slow down a huge amount. People still wanted their holiday at the end of the year. Do you know, they work hard for their money and they want a holiday. You know, they're a little bit of luxury, something to look forward to. Yeah.
When you say their holiday, are we back to a holiday year? I remember kind of...
Not at all.
In 08, 07, like everyone, you didn't go to Newry if you're shopping. You didn't go to Clear if you're shopping. Everybody was going to New York for the shopping.
Yes.
Nobody went to the Bailey Hotel for Valentine's Night, even though Elvis was on this year. Everyone had to go to Paris. Yes. Like, people were taking 5, 6, 7, 8 holidays in their heyday.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of that stopped. But are the weekends away starting to?
Oh yeah, people might have a weekend away at the start of the year, their big summer holiday, and then maybe another short break towards the end of the year in the winter time. Yes.
And you and Travel Counsellors, would you become people's personal travel agents? In other words, if I wanted to go anywhere, if I'm going on a business trip to London, if I'm going to the NEC and I need a ticket, it's Glenda. But then when it's family holiday, it's still Glenda because. Or do people look upon you as holidays? And then, well, if we're only going to London, for God's sake, to see the match, to see Chelsea playing, we can be just book right there. Is the brand that you offer, are you looking after all the needs?
Exactly, yes. We look after everything. Yeah, from the small, just flight only, maybe to London, to the big worldwide trips.
Yeah, everything. But of course on a commercial basis, you know, no different from my own end. Obviously the money and the commission is in the 3 week holidays, as opposed to your quick trip over to the UK. If somebody was just coming for the short ones, do you still use that as well? They'll eventually book a holiday with us, use that?
Not at all. No, I treat every customer as they deserve to be treated. You know, every customer deserves to be treated like their own customer, regardless of how much money they're spending.
Yeah. And again, going back to your own point of view, you said you have you have customers all over Ireland. If somebody in Mayo said, "Grand, we're thinking going on holidays," you'd hop in the car and drive to Mayo, or is it done over the phone? Or?
Usually,
again, I'm just thinking from my own end. If there's a call being made in Mayo, you take your travel costs into consideration, and if you know you only get a small order,
if it was required that we absolutely needed to meet, absolutely I would physically meet them. But a lot of my customers I've never seen face to face. It's phone or email. The trust is there that I'm looking after their best interests, and they've used me several times before, or maybe been recommended me, so they know that they're going to get a good deal.
So you're like the LV insurance of travel, I used Glenda Heery, and then I told my auntie Sylvia, and she told Tom. I can see a television ad come along here. So we're coming into the end of February. The holiday season isn't too far away. So what's the destinations people are looking at this year?
Destination can just vary as per the client. Families, as I said, with more children, only like a shorter destination, so Portugal, Spain. People with older children are travelling that bit further, maybe Florida or Dubai.
Dubai?
Yeah.
I never would really have classed Dubai as a holiday destination.
Oh yeah, it's becoming very popular. The direct flights from Dublin, it's very accessible and quite affordable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Again, you would have put Dubai along with cruises if you ever won the lotto. Not that I've ever won the lotto.
Well, you can, some of the hotels are quite extravagant, but you can do Dubai affordably.
Yeah. Yes. I've never been there, but I have seen it come on the TV. Is Dubai not shockingly hot?
At certain times of the year. If you go May to August, very hot. Yeah, we're talking well over the 40s. But if you stay outside of that time, yeah, it's very nice, very comfortable.
And are holiday destinations quite personal things, or is there something like, we'll say, a fashion in it, where somebody has been seen at a certain destination, or a certain destination has had a particular event, and people tend to go there, It
can be like that, but a lot of the time, no two holidays are the same. Everybody wants something different, It could be a honeymoon to Mexico. That would be one example. Another one might be an Alaskan cruise, or a 3-week trip around Thailand, or it's just so varied.
Now, I assume, like all businesses and all travel agencies as well, we say there's certain areas that you might have special deals on. What sort of deals could we look at from Travel Counsellors?
Well, we have a lot of destinations that offer very good value for money. It just depends on where and when the client wants to travel.
But so you don't sell as such, you listen to what the customer wants, and then you try and put a package around rather than saying, we have fantastic deals in Egypt. Okay, we'll ignore the bombs and the beheadings, but we have some great hotels in Egypt, and you can actually see the stars because the roof has been blown off the hotel, which you only find when you get there.
Yeah.
I suppose half jokingly there mentioned in Egypt, but there's a lot of countries that had become travel destinations that are now becoming a bit of a no-no, and security is becoming a big issue. Is that causing a problem, we'll say, for travellers? Or would you, if somebody said, yeah, well, I'd love to do Egypt, and you may smear, but a lot of people would know what was going on there.
True.
Would you say, well, look, do you know what's going on?
Of course, yeah, you have to be upfront with the customer from the start, yeah. I'd make them aware of what the embassies are telling us, if people are okay to travel, or if they're saying no to avoid it at the moment. And if the client, really wants to travel and they're fully aware of the situation, then that's okay.
Travel insurance, is that, do you do the whole package?
We do.
Somebody I want travel insurance.
Yes.
I want, I suppose there was 2 ways you could have travelled when you were, if you're going away on holidays. One was, I don't know whether its technical term would be the package holiday, but you were met at the airport by an exuberant rep. I said, right, let's go, and here we go, and they brought you everywhere. And the other way is, people had gotten into the habit of kind of doing their own booking, but there was a lot more freedom. You went a couple of cities under your own steam. Like we all do things on our own back. Apparently since we go on holiday, if there's not a rep within kind of 5 minutes of us, we're incapable of doing anything. But people have gotten into the habit of being more independent. Can you still cater for that?
Of course, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Now, the rise of, we'll say, the internet and the cheap flights. Has that made a difference to where and how people travel?
I'd say maybe yes and no.
There's a politician in you yet.
If they see an offer on the telly for some destination, they might give you a call and say, look, I'm interested in going here. Could we get it at good value? Do you know? And I'll go off and check availability. And yes, I usually will come back with something in and around what they're looking for.
So people will see the product advertised maybe on an airline or another package, and will still come on to you.
Exactly.
Well, Glenda, you sound like you put a great package together for your partner fun for a holiday. If anyone wants to contact you and use your services, how do they contact you? Tell that camera there.
My phone number is 042 9675563. My email address is glenda.heery@travelcounsellors.com. And I also have a Facebook page, Glenda Heery Travel Counsellor.
That's it. Glenda Heery of Travel Counsellors. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for making all those holidays possible. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed a chat with Glenda, which found out about her own travel business and the travel business in general. Do tune in next week when we'll have another business talking about what they do. Until then, I'm Colm Colgan. Good night.